This afternoon, Gujarat will get a new Chief Minister. Bhupendra Patel is set to become the 17th Chief Minister of Gujarat, and it's culminated in this. Bhupendra Patel taking oath today after dramatic political developments that happened over the weekend, with Vijay Rupani resigning as the Chief Minister. Now, the oath-taking ceremony is happening at 2:20 this afternoon. A host of top BJP leaders, including Home Minister Amit Shah, Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chouhan, the Goa Chief Minister Pramod Sawant, the Karnataka Chief Minister Raj Bhavan, all of them will attend the swearing-in ceremony at Raj Bhavan in Gandhinagar. The CM-elect, Bhupendra Patel, has left his home and is headed to meet Deputy Chief Minister Nitin Patel. This comes a day after Nitin Patel, who was among the front-runners for the post, said nobody can remove him as long as he was in the hearts of people. Unanimously elected as the BJP Legislative Party leader, Bhupendra Patel met the governor last evening along with the Gujarat BJP chief CR Patil to stake claim as the new chief minister to replace Vijay Rupani. As far as Bhupendra Patel's cabinet is concerned, 2 days after the oath-taking ceremony by Wednesday is when we're expecting clarity on who's in the cabinet.
Amidst tight security, the CM to be Bhupendra Patel is right now leaving from his residence. He is slated to go to Nitin Patel's residence. From there, he will also be heading to a few temples before he will head to the airport. This is what is there scheduled for Bhupendra Patel, who will then head to the Vidhan Bhavan, where the entire swearing-in ceremony will take place. With cameraman Prashant Bhatt in Ahmedabad, Vidya for India Today.
गुनाहों की पूरी गठरी वो मुख्यमंत्री के सर पे रख के उसे बाहर का रास्ता दिखाते और प्रदेश के लोगों को, जनता को गुमराह करने के लिए नया मुख्यमंत्री ले आते।
हमारी पार्टी में अलग अलग समय पे कार्यकर्ताओं को जिम्मेवारियां मिलती रहती हैं। भूपेंद्र भाई पटेल अपनी पार्टी के बहुत पुराने कार्यकर्ता हैं, विधायक बने हैं और विधायक दल से ही पार्टी का नेता चुना गया है और अगले चुनाव हम उनके नेतृत्व में जीतेंगे सुनिश्चित। परंतु विपक्ष का काम है अपनी बात करें, वो पंजाब में क्या हो रहा है, जहाँ राजस्थान में क्या हालत रही उनकी, जहाँ अभी छत्तीसगढ़ में क्या हो रहा है उसकी बात करें। उनके यहाँ तो बगावत खड़ी हो रखी है हर प्रदेश के अंदर।
Now, after Vijay Rupani resigned, there were a lot of names doing the rounds on who's going to be the next CM. Bhupendra Patel's name never figured in that list. So it wasn't just all of us who were surprised, but even the next CM's family, who in fact were completely taken aback suddenly by the decision.
एक्सपेक्ट नहीं किया था हमने, लेकिन जब उसका नाम आया ना तो हमको बहुत खुशी हुई थी। जिस प्रकार के वो काम उसका था ना, वो काम जो करते थे उससे तो हमको लगता था कि वो सीएम लेके पार्टी वाले उसको कुछ जवाबदारी देंगे, बड़ी जवाबदारी देंगे, वो था। लेकिन सीएम का तो नहीं था हमको।
Very happy because this was like totally a surprise for us also, and I'm very happy for my father because he has done so great work, and so he has finally got some very good recognition for his work.
So why has Bhupendra Patel been chosen by the BJP High Command? There were a lot of questions on this, particularly because, as I mentioned, it came as a complete surprise when the announcement was made that a first-time MLA was the next Chief Minister of Gujarat. But the BJP has taken this decision based on a very important factor, the caste factor in Gujarat. A Saturday suspense followed by a Sunday surprise in Gujarat. After Vijay Rupani's sudden resignation, BJP picked Bhupendra Patel as the new Chief Minister of Gujarat. The big announcement made by BJP Central Observer Narendra Tomar, with both the old and new guard sharing the stage. After a huddle of BJP MLAs in Gandhinagar, overseen by 4 BJP observers. The move is seen as a big BJP patidar gamble just 1 year before state polls.
मैं सबसे पहले माननीय नरेंद्र भाई, माननीय नड्डा जी और अमित भाई शाह साहब का तहे दिल से आभार मानना चाहता हूं।
The announcement triggered massive celebrations at the new Chief Minister's Ahmedabad office. What the 57-year-old low-key first-time MLA brings to the table is undoubtedly a strong caste connection, the Patel factor. He belongs to the Kadwa subcaste of the Patidar community. The 4 other Patidar chief ministers before him all belonged to the Luva Patel community. Sources say that Bhupendra Patel was handpicked by the top BJP leadership in Delhi. The outgoing Chief Minister Vijay Rupani formally proposed his name and it was passed unanimously. The BJP top brass sent congratulatory messages for the new CM designate.
भूपेंद्र भाई सक्षम है और आने वाले चुनाव उनके नेतृत्व में अवश्य भारतीय जनता पार्टी अच्छी तरह से जीतेगी, ये हमें सबको पूर्ण विश्वास है।
भूपेंद्र पटेल ऐसे कार्यकर्ता श्री भूपेंद्र पटेल।
The Patel community is a loyal vote bank of the BJP and powered the BJP's rise in the 1990s. Wooing this vote bank would be BJP's top priority. Patels form 12 to 14% of the population, who hold sway in 70 to 80 of the 182 assembly seats. He adds to the list of the strong Patel presence in Gujarat BJP unit. The new CM designate met with Gujarat Governor Acharya Devvrat to stake claim to form the new government and got the invite. It will be 2 days before Patel chooses his cabinet. The soon-to-be CM's packed Sunday ended with him on a temple spree. He visited a temple revered by the Patel community in Gandhinagar. Later, he offered prayers at the Jagannath temple.
Anandiben's close aide Bhupendra Patel was not even in the name of list of contenders who would have made it as a chief minister, but he did. Now he will be sworn in as the chief minister on Monday and is likely to expand his cabinet in the coming days. With cameraman Prashant Bhatt in Gujarat, Vidya for India Today.
So why was Bhupendra Patel chosen? Here's a SWOT analysis of the strengths of this MLA chief minister and also his weaknesses. Let's break that down for you. The BJP top leadership has chosen Bhupendra Patel for a reason. It's the fact that he is someone who is very, very close to the high command. The top brass of the BJP has faith in him, and also because he won the elections by a huge margin in his constituency. The biggest factor that worked in his favour is the caste factor. He's an influential Patidar face. The BJP is hoping to woo the Patidar community using Bhupendra Patel. Besides that, he also has a good ties with the business communities, a very influential community in Gujarat. Bhupendra Patel is known to have very good ties with them. That too will work in the BJP's favour in the upcoming elections. He's also an aide of BJP veteran, former Chief Minister herself, Anandiben Patel, and that's why Bhupendra Patel was handpicked. Those are his biggest strengths. There's no controversies around him. He's not been accused of corruption in the past. Is known to have a clean image, someone who gets along with almost the entire leadership, not just in Gujarat, but the central leadership as well. But there is a catch. There are some weaknesses of Bhupendra Patel. He's a relative greenhorn, no experience as such. He's not a veteran and has no experience whatsoever in politics. He's a first-time MLA. What does play to his favour is that he's won this election by a huge margin to become an MLA. But he is seen largely as someone who's inexperienced. And can he really be a leader of a state then is still a big question mark. Let's also break down the opportunities in hand. He can essentially help preserve BJP's original citadel, Gujarat. Considering the amount of anti-incumbency that the BJP is facing in Gujarat, they're hoping that Bhupendra Patel being brought in as the CM will help. He can also help BJP in very, very importantly wooing back the Patidars. Remember that in the previous election, there was a lot of angst that the BJP faced from the Patidar community. They're hoping to bring them back as a crucial vote bank. The threat for the BJP is, as I mentioned, the huge anti-incumbency that they're facing. 20 years that they've been in power there. If the people choose change, That is the biggest worry for the BJP. Then also besides that, you've also got that the Patidar community before this has rebelled against the BJP. They've got certain aspirations. They've been pushing their agenda forward, which the BJP has been pushing up against. And that's why it's important for the Bharatiya Janata Party to bring back this community as their vote bank. Let me take this across now to Vidya. She's joining us live with more details on this. Vidya, the oath-taking ceremony expected to happen in the afternoon. The next Chief Minister of Gujarat is busy meeting with senior leaders. He met with Nitin Patel. And there have been a lot of questions on whether Nitin Patel is angry over this decision. Many said he would be the front runner for the CM post initially.
Well, remember that Nitin Patel is right now we are right now outside the residence of Nitin Patel, and this is where the meeting is happening. The ANI, one of the news services, has been called in where, probably a joint statement would be issued, but no other media personnel are being allowed inside. Both Nitin Patel and the CM-to-be, Bhupendra Patel, both are inside, and right here the meeting is still going on. The joint statement is of extremely high importance here because Nitin Patel was someone who was said to be, sulking because of the sheer fact that during the last time when Anandiben Patel had proposed his name, the seniors in the party, those in Delhi, had refused to budge and had put in Rupani's name, who was ultimately made the chief minister. This time around, again, Nitin Patel hoped that he would be the one who would make it. But again, he did not. And which is the reason why, though yesterday when we had seen both these people, actually sitting together, they were smiling. But in spite of the fact that Nitin Patel was smiling yesterday, he did not seem very comfortable. And that is probably the reason why this meeting is of extreme importance, to see to it that Nitin Patel is, he would really cooperate and be a part of this entire, the ministry that will be created, the cabinet that will be created in the coming days. So certainly this particular meeting would have an impact on the coming days as well. So that's the reason why this meeting, before the swearing-in ceremony, is of high importance for Bhupendra Patel.
All right, Vidya, thank you for joining us with all those details. So far, this transition of power in Gujarat has been smooth, but there is a possibility, there is a threat that it could in fact turn against the Gujarat BJP, considering Nitin Patel seems to be also miffed at this point, not speaking out, but there definitely seems to be indications of it. These are visuals that we're getting you from Nitin Patel's residence also right now. The next Chief Minister, Bhupendra Patel, is currently there meeting with the leader, and there's speculation that this is because Nitin Patel is a little angsty over what's happened, the fact that he's not the next Chief Minister. The Deputy CM hasn't been chosen as Rupani's successor. Instead, it's Bhupendra Patel. And to ensure that there's no dissent or no sort of rebellion that breaks out, you're seeing this kind of a meeting happening. A show of strength in a sense. You're seeing both leaders exchanging pleasantries in a photo op that's meant to send out a message that all is well in the Gujarat BJP. There's no question of any sort of rebellion, any sort of dissent. All smiles there. You've got Bhupendra Patel and Nitin Patel standing side by side, making it clear that they will work together. There's no clarity on exactly what Nitin Patel's fate will be. Will he remain the Deputy Chief Minister? Will he be given another cabinet post? All of this at this point is being speculated upon. As far as Nitin Patel is concerned, while speaking to the media, he said very clearly that he's going to remain relevant in politics, in Gujarat politics, as long as the people continue to support him. So while he hasn't outright come out and spoken about being upset, there's been endless speculation considering over the weekend it was very clear that he would be the front runner for the CM post, and then came the surprise announcement that it isn't Nitin Patel but Bhupendra Patel.